Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam, and it has been a very long time since I have posted anything on this channel, and I have missed it ever since I stopped posting, but I just didn't make the time in my schedule to make it a priority, and I really wanted that to change this year, and it's finally getting warmer, it's finally getting brighter, so it's a lot easier for me to be able to film with natural lighting. I'm sure you can see that there is some sunlight coming through. I'm right beside my windows, so please ignore that. I'm trying to figure out the best filming location and lighting setup and just getting back into filming overall. As you can see, today I'm by my bookshelf. I really started getting back into reading over COVID. I've always been a reader, but being in school, I really didn't make the time to, or it just dropped priority because I just didn't have the time. And since I've been graduated and home, I have made it much more of a priority, and finding Book Talk and like Bookstagram over the past year has really got me back into my love of reading and trying to get my hands on as many books as I can. Yeah, so this isn't entirely going to be a booktube channel, but it is one of my main interests right now, so I want to do a lot of book content as well as still probably some project panning and makeup content. If you are still following me on Instagram, you can see that I post my project pan updates still, but in my stories I've also been posting my book ratings and all of the books that I read every month. So it's definitely a mashup of both right now. I'm also not going to be committing to a schedule. Ideally, I would love to be once a week, but I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. Getting back into it and finding a routine, but I do really want to make this a priority and have fun with it. At the end of 2022, I was really following along with Stephanie's Book Versus TBR Star Hop and using her prompts to pick my TBR for the month. As soon as January hit, I kind of stopped following her TBR. I think she had a couple bad months in a row there, and I just didn't want to put that many books on my TBR, or I didn't have books that fit the prompts that she pulled, so I kind of just stopped following along with her TBR, and instead I was just kind of reading whatever I felt like, and it was a lot of fun, but I do want to refocus and start reading books on my physical TBR as well as utilizing my library and Kindle. So before we get into today's video, I do want to mention I am sitting on a beanbag chair on the floor, so I'm trying my best not to move because I don't think that was the best choice in terms of audio, but I just didn't want to be sitting directly on the floor right now, and this is the best option that I had, so I'll try my best to not move and also cut out any of the rustling sounds. So, for today's video, I wanted to pick my TBR for April. I wrote down, 150 prompts onto these little pieces of paper and shoved them in this jar. If you follow me on Instagram, which everything will be linked down below, you would see my adventure struggles trying to create this yesterday. I originally had a smaller jar that I was trying to fit these in, but they were overflowing and did not fit. So I found this bigger jar, so now there's lots of room to be able to reach in and pick out the prompts. I know that a lot of people use the TBR jar or prompt method to pick their TBRs, but I've been watching a lot of videos by Rachel Catherine, I believe is her name. Yes, Rachel Catherine, and watching a lot of her TBR videos over the past few days. So I really wanted to try out this method. Because I have been sort of a mood reader and I haven't picked a specific TBR in a couple months, I'm going to be picking 6 prompts today so that I have the freedom and ability to still pick a couple books each month that I just feel like reading. As I mentioned, I am going to be trying to fit a bunch of books from my physical TBR, but I also want to pick some Kindle Unlimited books. This is my Kindle. I have just a random pop socket and a clear case on it, and all of my stickers are from Bare Bookish on Etsy. Highly recommend. They're great quality and so beautiful. I also have a few library books that I am on the wait list for and should be ready to read this month, but I'm not 100% sure which ones will be ready when. There's one for sure that I know will be ready, so we'll see if I can fit that one on my TBR this month as well. I think that's all of the admin introductory stuff, so let's just jump in and pick some prompts. Okay, I'm so nervous because I don't remember everything that was in here, but I know there's some tricky ones. First one, a friend recommendation. Okay. I am doing a 12 book challenge this year where I posted this picture onto my Instagram. I might insert a picture in here. And so it's all books recommended by either my friends or people that follow me on Instagram. So 2 books on here that I own are Throne of Glass and Book Lovers. Throne of Glass I'm actually buddy reading with my friend Emily from Emily and Max. I'll leave her links down below. I think we'll be starting the Assassin's Blade this month, but I don't think we'll get to Throne of Glass. So is it cheating if I put that book on this TBR? I could also pick Book Lovers because I do own that one, but I'm just not in the mood. I feel like that's a very summer read to me for some reason. I guess my game, my rules, so I'm going to pull the Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I recently picked up the entire series with the new covers, and they are just so beautiful. I love them so much. I can't wait to read them. And even more excited that I'm going to be buddy reading them with Emily. We read ACOTAR together at the end of last year, and that was a lot of fun. And then we read Crescent City at the beginning of this year. And she's read Throne of Glass, but I haven't yet somehow. So looking forward to that one. Let's have a buddy read going on. Okay, prompt number 2. A 2022 release. Okay, for this prompt, I think I'm going to pick Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I recently downloaded this on my Kindle. It was on sale on Amazon the other day, so I'm going to put this one on. Very excited to read that. Okay. Third prompt. Favorite genre. I have really been enjoying the fantasy romance genre recently, and I have the second book in the Cupidity series called Bonds of Cupidity. I read the first one and it was okay, but I do really want to continue that series, so I'm going to pick that one. I have a lot of fantasy so far. I need to switch it up. Title starts with an H. Let's see what I have on Kindle. So I have Air of Fire, but we're not there yet. I could do If He Had Been With Me. I know it doesn't start with an H, but there's one of the couple words that start with H. Okay, the only book that I have on my TBR is Hellfire by Mariel Pomeroy. And it's on KU, so I'm going to download that and pick that one for this prompt. two more. This is very Kindle heavy, which I was kind of surprised. A cozy read. Okay, for this prompt, I'm going to pick Buffy the Vampire Slayer Return to Chaos by Craig Shaw Gardner. These are like companion books to the show or something. I've watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer upwards of 5 or 6 times. It's honestly a comfort show for me, and I just love it so much. So I haven't read any of these books. These are all my mom's, and I wanted to read through them. So I'm gonna pick this one. Okay, last prompt. A rom-com. Okay, that's good because we have a lot of fantasy on here. Is Love on the Brain a rom-com? Apparently, Love in Other Words is a rom-com, which I have. Icebreaker is apparently also a rom-com, but we already have that one. Okay, yeah, let's pick Love on the Brain. I have been meaning to read this. I know a lot of people have had very mixed reviews on this book because either it's very similar to The Love Hypothesis, or it just was lacking something. So I'm interested to read it. I did enjoy The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, but it wasn't my absolute favorite. I like the women in STEM or science setting. So I'm interested to read this and glad that I can get it on my TBR. So this is my TBR stack for the month. 3 physical books and 3 Kindle books, which is great. I also have some library books that'll probably be ready, and I think with 6 books I'll be able to fit a few extra fun titles on there. So we have The Assassin's Blade for a friend recommendation, Love on the Brain for a rom-com, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Return to Chaos for a cozy read, Icebreaker for a 2022 release, Hellfire for a book title that starts with H, and Bond of Cupidity for favorite genre. So I think this is a great start, and I'm really excited to read all of these books. So I'll have everybody that I mentioned in this video listed down below, along with my Instagram if you want to give it a follow to see what I'm reading and up to. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!